Hey, how's it going, everybody? I had a request to do a video on, how I choose the loads over here on this choice program. First of all, thanks to my subscribers and everybody that watches, and shout out to Steven, Ponzi, Kevin, and a few other guys that I've talked to over the several days here. And Doug, I sent in that message for you, Doug. We'll see what happens. And so anyway, Russ over at Smokes a Rollin', everybody check his channel out. Man, he cooks some good food over there. Russ is a really good guy. And his latest video, he's sporting a nice hat. I kind of like that hat, Russ. Where do I pick one of those up at? All right, anyway, here we go. This is how I do it. You got several ways you can run this program. Some people run it, regional. Some people do the short haul, which that's what I call regional. Some people like to do the long haul because that's how they like to drive. And some people like to do what they call a triangle, a circle, stay around the house type of thing. All right, so if you're going to do the short haul game like I do, this is one of the questions: how do I put those loads together? How do I manage that time? Okay. What you do, when you get on the load board and you find a load you want, for instance, if it picks up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I try to do like dropping hooks, okay? That's the easiest way to put these together. But if you can't get those, because they're not always there, and let's say you have to live load and it's a drop on the other end, and it's like it live loads at 8 in the morning, you click on the details page and it gives you like an average of everybody that's been there on how long it takes to load that truck. So, for instance, if the average is 2 hours, that'd be 8, that'd be 10 o'clock. And I give it like a 2-hour buffer. Let's say it's a 130-mile run, so I'd say, okay, I'm gonna leave no later than noon, and I can deliver it, and I'll be out there no later than 3. So if they have another load that picks up at 5 o'clock, and I can get there, and I'll take it, and if it's a drop on the other end by midnight, I can get 2 loads in that way. So that's the way you do it for if it's a live load or live unload. Check the details page, see how many hours the average person sits there, and add an hour or 2. Give yourself a little cushion. And that's how you string them together. And you always want to stay 2 or 3 days out in advance. Have your loads booked 2 to 3 days in advance. That way, you're always looking further ahead, so that way when you stop and look for loads, you're able to get those loads. Because if you're doing them by the day, it's harder to do that way. Especially, if you get up in the morning, you don't have a load booked. By 9 o'clock Eastern time, you better have something, because a lot of loads all disappear off the board because they got to move those trucks. So they start assigning drivers those loads. All right, so some guys like to do the long haul because they don't want to do 1, 2, or 3 loads a day. They don't want to do all that hassle, dropping, hooking, all that work. So they'd rather drive the miles, which is okay. Some people some people like to do that. So for those guys, it's a lot easier because they could book a long load and say it's a 3-day load. They could leave on a Monday and they got Monday, Tuesday, to look for that load for Wednesday when they're dropping. And then if they get that load that delivers, let's say Friday, they got a whole rest of the week to book their weekend or the next week, depends on if they're going home or not. So that's an easier, it's easier to do the long hauls, but it's not as rewarding as the short haul regional game, because the shorter the run, the higher rate per mile. So you can make money, good money both ways doing those systems. You can't really say one's better than the other, because it just depends on the person, how they like to run. And it's easy to get home, because there's a lot of freight, and all you gotta do is make yourself a triangle, and you can get home pretty regular. And that's what's so good about our system over here. So that's how you put them together. You know, they're really nice that they provide that information for us. You know, the average unload times or load times at these places. And, you know, another thing is, you know, I can't really harp on this too much. You know, you guys really need to get a program to keep track of all the stuff that you do. You know, you just can't do it on pen and paper. I see some people doing it on paper. They got all these big notebooks. You really can't tell anything. You know, that's not a very good, accurate way to do it. Yeah, you can figure it out, and you know it's accurate, but you got to flip through all your pages and do all this stuff. It's a lot of work. If you have a program where you put your stuff in, it's much easier access. You just click a few buttons and you got everything you need to know about your business. And I use a program from foglinesoftware.com. Ray out there, he's a really good guy. He's out of Ringgold, Georgia, and he will get back with you. You know, you email him, you can call him. He'll help you out with this program. So, and he puts a lot of informational videos on there on how to use it, so you really don't have to call him. Just, you know, like he says, watch the videos. So everybody out there that has this program, Thomas, I know you got it, and some others, watch those programs. You know, watch his videos on how to use the program. But see, with that program, you know, at any given time, I can look at each week's profit and loss by the trip, by the month, by the quarter, by the year. Doesn't matter. I can look at it and see exactly where I'm at. If those runs are profitable, you know, I can look at certain areas and certain runs that I do and say, hey, you know, if I tweak these runs a little bit better this way, add one over here, I make even more money, even more per mile. It's a really powerful tool to have. And not only that, at tax time, it makes it real easy. You know, you print your yearly profit and loss, you just take those numbers and move them from there, from your profit and loss statement to your Schedule C, to the corresponding blocks on the Schedule C. So you don't need to do hire a tax person to do your taxes. You know, why pay the $500 to $1,000 is what they're charging for, you know, people do trucking taxes. Why pay that when you can do it yourself? Because you're giving them all this information anyway. You've done all the work, you know. So it's easy to just plug it into, you know, a TurboTax or a H&R Block tax cut program. It's really easy. Save yourself some money, guys. You know, just that way you know your business, right? You're running your business. You know every aspect of your business. All right, so you know, another thing on that program is if you put in every you know, it's got that tab I showed you in the program of your trip. So if you put in that customer and you put in the notes, you know, I was there 7 hours to unload. Don't go here again. I was here, you know, they said it was a preloaded trailer. I've been here 6 times. It's never been preloaded. So don't go here again. I don't want to, you know, live load because it takes too long. Or, you know, I could deliver early. This customer lets me deliver early. You know, you can put all these different notes in there, which you can just bring up. You know, it's got the database. So you look at all the customers that you went to, and you can see all the notes. You know, they allow you to park here overnight. You know, they don't want you to show up more than 15 minutes early. Things like that. That way, you know exactly what your business is doing. You know what the customers are, how they want things done. You can look up your past experiences there in your notes, and you know, you got everything at your fingertips with that program. All right, so there you have it. You know, that's how I that's how I look for the loads and how I put them together. I use that valuable tool underneath the details page. It tells me how long the average at that stop is, because, you know, if we go there, if it's a regular customer and you know, the company is gracious enough to put that information in there for us, because their computer keeps track of when we arrive and depart at these places. And, you know, if there's thousands and thousands of loads that go in there and they get this average time, it's pretty accurate, you know. So all right, so that's it. You know, it's getting to be a long video, about 9 minutes or so, 10 minutes. But I just want to wish everybody, you know, a safe weekend coming up. everybody remember to, you know, watch out for those four-wheelers. And, you know, just slow it down a little bit, you know, save the fuel. Don't get in a hurry. There's no reason to get in a hurry. You know, there's plenty of money to be made out there. The loads will be there tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? For all those guys that want to contact me, you know, I will email you. I'll call you back. I'll send you my phone number. If you don't believe me, just send it and you'll find out. All right, so I'll put my email address down in the description. It's liketrucking@gmail.com. And for all you guys that I've talked to, we've become friends, business partners, associates. You know, I'm glad to help everybody out. And, you know, I give my time out for everybody for free to learn this program if they come over here, or just to, you know, help somebody become an owner-operator. And that's what I want to do, and that's what I like to do. I like to help people out. And so, you know, give me a shout, and it doesn't matter if you come over to where I'm at or wherever you're at. You know, I'll talk to you about that place, and we'll go over the numbers and try to make it more profitable. All right, everybody, so that's it. I ain't got much more to say. You know, going to be a good day, it looks like today. So only going to be about 66 degrees, man. Winter's going to be coming. Oh, that's another thing. One more thing. In the wintertime, I use a product. It's heated wiper blades. And if you run up here in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, you know, the Midwest, and it snows a lot in the winter, man, the heated wiper blades are well worth the money. And there's a place up in the UP of Michigan, a little small outfit, everblades.com. You go to everblades.com, order these wiper blades. They're easy to install. Yeah, I hook them into one of my auxiliary switches in my dashboard, and I take them off every, you know, in the spring. So you just put them on. They last they last a good 5 years or so, and they're made out of a lot stronger and thicker rubber, so they last a lot longer because they got the heating element through them. And get the ones that have the heated frames, you know, get the whole thing. And they heat up to about 270, maybe 300 degrees. You never get that, you know, your wiper goes up and down, you get all that snow or ice, you know, in the middle of your window or on the sides, and it cakes up. You don't have that problem. It keeps it nice and clear. Yeah, you hardly ever have to use your washer fluid, because as soon as that snow and stuff hits the wiper blades, it turns to water and keeps your windows clean from the salt spray. So they're really good, and plus it's a good safety tool, you know, because you never have to reach out there the old way and flick that wiper, and then, you know, and then your wiper, if you do it too hard, you might break it. The wiper could fall off the truck. I've had that happen before. And you know, it's not fun, you know, having to pull over on an icy road to, you know, swap out wipers. So get those wiper blades. You know, it's not a whole lot of money. I think they're about $130 or so, somewhere in there for the pair. And it takes you maybe 30 minutes to hook them up, you know, and you only got to run the wires once, and then it's real easy to take them off and put them back on. So check out their video. It's a really great product. And I don't get nothing from any of these places, you know, that I talk about the products I use, okay? I just like tell you, you know, I tried a lot of things out, and these are the best products I've found. So, all right, everybody, we'll end it there. Hey, everybody, have a good day, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.